We have someone on Zoom, so I had forgotten. But thank you guys for being here, as always. Now, last on our Tuesday, we didn't look at the chart, so I'm going to just talk about the chart a little bit, then I'll talk about some psychology. Now, this week, I decided not to share any chart because I wanted to see how guys are going to react to the different market movement. Hope you guys can see my screen. I wanted to see how the guys are going to react to the different market movement because most times some will be just waiting for setups and all that stuff. But the market was really rewarding. It was really rewarding this week. I think I took 3 trades with the CPI trade. But CPI was the easiest to analyze. I'm going to show you guys why. And also, this was a retracement of CPI that had to happen. So literally, this week was rewarding in that the market is just giving nice moves. It's not playing around, though we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because last Friday, it did play around for a little bit, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I expect if it's to repeat last Friday's move tomorrow, just take one setup. If it refuses to leave the market, you to always reward you if you're patient, right? So GU this week has been rewarding a lot, guys. This was a very easy sell to take. Look at the 1 hour time frame and see the M pattern that formed around at a psychological level with that order block. Now, for those who use divergences too, we had a divergence on the 15-minute time frame on the TDI. That's how basic it was. So this is an M pattern that gives us an engulfing on the lower time frame. That's the 15-minute time frame. So that's sell. So these were easy 100 pips to the downside. Now, even though you had missed this entry from up here, it gave you a cost averaging entry at this pullback to this psychological level, and there's a trend line there, and there's a break and a retest of structure. So that gave us this other sell from here up to that psychological level. That would have been 50 pips, right? Yeah, so you'd have taken profit from here. So this is literally 100 pips from the start of the move, 50 pips from the mid of the move if you had missed that. So right now GBPUSD is kind of buying. Yeah. So now CPI was easy to analyze. Let's go to the DXY and see why I'm saying it was easy. Right? So CPI was this move right here. We used to experience a movement where CPI would go both directions and it would be so deadly for traders. It would go both directions. But guys, look at this. The market was rewarding in that the first setup I sent in the morning of GBP, right? Of GBPUSD was this buy. But it wasn't even a lot of analysis. It was just a break and a retest of the DXY at a rectangle. Look at this. At a rectangle. This was a break. The retest came back with a chart pattern that is always a continuation, right? This break continuation, this example may call it a flag. Then again, the break and the retest. So CPI would have found you in a very nice buy on GBPUSD. That was it, guys. Look at this. Break and retest. This was supposed to, at this engulfing, you'd have still added positions to the downside. Now, after this sell, the buy comes in and forms an M pattern at the same break and retest, and that engulfing. That engulfing was simply it. So our stop loss would have been up here for CPI, but even though would have been still been in that sell for the continuation till till the downside right here, right? And GBPUSD made 150 moves. Though me, I jumped out at 100 pips. This was 100 pips right from here to here. Here, that's 100 pips. But it continued more 100 pips after that to give us 200 pips in total. Those moves are rare on GBPUSD. Very rare moves, right? So yesterday it was a retracement. It had to do a whole retracement of those 200 pips, and right now it has done a retracement of around 150 pips, yes, from here to has done a retracement of 6 pips, right? I don't know if it's joined in. Just a minute. All right. Let me get that post. All right, sorry about that. So it has done a retracement of 126 pips to the downside. So GBPUSD is currently in an uptrend. No one can refuse that. Let me just reset my chart. No one can refuse that GBPUSD is currently in an uptrend. You can see that on the daily, you can see that on the 4-hour time frame, and it's still pushing, guys. Look at how it came back to its psychological level, and now it's continuing. The reason why I always tell you guys to consider higher time frames is it removes the noise from you, right? It takes away that noise and it helps you play at the market. I don't know where Chivumbi is. Chivumbi said he uses Anko. He doesn't use a candlestick. Ranko, yeah. I think he uses Ranko charts. This, don't go to the daily. Yeah, he uses this type of charts, but I don't know how, if he's still using them, but it's what he uses. That's what he was developing a strategy around that. So I've taken long without hearing from him, but I'll ask him after this call how far he has reached with that. I told him, I told guys, as long as it works for you, like you're going to make some amount of money from it and get multiple streams of income. Forex can be your source, but you can later get multiple streams of income. You get Forex as a stepping stone. After that, invest in other projects or get money from other projects and just make Forex as a stepping stone for all those other projects you get. That's how you get multiple streams of income. Don't stick on one. Yeah. Some people blow account and sleep for 2 months. Of course, I used to also be like that, but at the end of the day, if you get some money out of this trading thing, diversify, right? Diversify. Last time I was telling you guys about crypto. If you had invested in Solana, $25, you'd right now be at 60. Yeah. So that's a profit of $40. That's a profit of $40, guys. Now, let's look at analysis, pre-analysis for tomorrow. This week has been quite, I decided not to post any charts to see if you guys would post charts and group, but everyone was trading silently. Everyone was trading silently, guys. But I believe with time, everyone will maybe cash out or anything. So right now I'm saying GBPUSD is still pushing to the upside, right? Still pushing up to the upside, but let's see. This is a 61.8 retracement. Market is up to 61.8 retracement. But for me to call this a sell, for it to continue selling, I'll look for the break of this psychological levels and a retest of it, or a comeback to this area, to come back to this order block. Yeah, that's when I'll take my sell at the break of this trend line. But if it continues, I won't see action around here to give me movement to the upside, which I doubt currently. I still expect you to come back to this low. That's very possible because we have seen GU do it multiple times. That at the end of the week, GU tends to come back to the area of where the move started from, right? Yeah, so at some point, I would like to see GBPUSD move like that. But if it doesn't, we employ other tools. Again, we don't just sleep on that. We employ other tools while we're trading. Yeah. So I want you guys to ask any questions you have about the trading strategy. Priska, Herod, and Geshi. Geshi's online. And if anyone else can, right? So psychologically, I just wanted to see how guys are going to be in the group without all the setups and all that stuff. But guys went back to hiding. Now, the more you trade alone, the more it takes time for you. Guys, that's the more time it takes because you'll be suffering alone. You can't get advice from anyone. Yeah. So the market is just this candlesticks are a story to tell, right? It tells us a story. So you just have to react to what it does. I know there are podcasts out there that say day traders don't make money, but that's just noise. The same way. That's noise to everyone. As long as you know how your tools work, you can profit from any market movement. Like currently, we had NFP last week, right? NFP was bullish. Bullish, so bullish. Now look, NFP covered 200 pips, right? What did CPI do? 200 pips, and we say retracement. We say retracement basically after those 200, yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, so after those 200 pips, it does a retracement. And guess what? It's the same move I'm expecting right now. 200 pips, retracement, and then the buy comes in again. So if we get, that's what I'm saying, if we get that retracement back to such areas, the buy will be solid for next week. It's very possible, right? Now let me see if it came back to which area. It also came back to the 61 area. Let me see about that. Now this is how basically I do my analysis. I just use previous price movements to determine future price movements. Now you can see that this area is also around the 61.8 area where I'm expecting you to come back to before the buy happens. So if it does, I have confluences down here that support my bias to the upside. We have a psychological level, we have an order block, and we have a trend line, and we have a 61.8 area. Yeah, so for those who trade Elliott waves, can pick in Elliott waves in there. And for those who also trade harmonics and all that stuff, can get trades in there. Yeah. So, guys, I want you to diversify. Last time don't you just telling you guys, why do you trade one account when you have small funds there? Divide those funds into two. Put the purpose on different accounts. One account can be aggressive, the other account can be conservative. So that when you get trades that give you a 4 out of 4 confluence. I hope by now everyone knows the term confluence on the guys on this call. So if it's giving you a 4 out of 4 confluence, take that trade on the conservative account. Because a trade which is going, let me say it's bullish, the trend is bullish, right? Let's do the math. If the trend is bullish and you get a buy setup, it means you're supposed to be targeting the fib extensions, like the fib ratios that give us take profit zones. I hope you guys know them by now. Okay, this is around the 60. I wanted to give you guys a clear example, right? Let's see. I want to give you guys a clear example. Okay, let me just do this. These are the other extensions. Oh, I think just a minute. All right, so now these extensions can be the 61.8 or the 38.2. Now you see, if this market is to sell, I'll be selling after a retest of this area, but my profit target will still be the negative 61.8. This is where I'm looking for to buy this market. That's if it comes back, right? And you can see that's also an extension, like negative 61.8. So it would be a relatively strong take profit area when you're trading. Yeah. Now the reason why most of us don't connect, like we may be trading different strategies at some point, but you're trading a strategy which you are doing it alone. How do you expect us to have the same bias? Anyway, strategy is almost lead to the same thing. At the end of the day, you're the only one doing it. Maybe you picked a few things, right? You picked a few things from this strategy. You're now trying to develop yourself. Again, that's a whole process of its own. That's a whole process of its own. Meaning you're going to have to go through it alone, of course. You've not developed a risk management strategy on your own. Yeah. There are some things we forget that are psychological, right? There are some things that you forget that are psychological. Now, if my risk management strategy favors me and it doesn't favor you, you can try to tweak it a little bit to see how you manage your funds when you're in a trade or before you take a trade, because they're different people. Yeah. So you can build a risk management strategy around that, basically, around that. You can build a risk management strategy basically around that. So if this market then come back to these areas, this buy can happen and it can go up to the negative 61.8 area. So tomorrow we're going to see how the Asian session is going to go. And tomorrow that's when we're going to come in and pick which side momentum is going to be in. And we shall either sell or buy this market. Maybe tomorrow I'll send a setup on the market to the chat group. I don't trade because I'm supposed to trade every day. No, you trade when there is a profitable setup. That's when you decide to jump in on a trade. You don't just jump in thinking that every day, okay, every day I'm supposed to trade. No. find a profitable setup and execute. That's how you do it, right? It helps you not to lose a lot of money. Now imagine you're taking setups now and then you're trading 10 pairs, you're gonna be like a mouse, chasing cheese, right? At the end of the day, you think it may be a great day, but you're not going to make money. By the end of the day, you'll be like, oh, I got winning setups today. Only to check your portfolio and you've not made any money. You've just been blowing, winning, blowing, winning. At the end of the week, when you go and analyze and make the and do the review how much profit you made from that week, you haven't made any profit. But if you count the wins you made, the wins are even more than the losses. Yeah, so this is the whole thing. Now you need a system too. For a system to work, what's the definition of a system? A set of two or more components working together to complete a specific task. If you don't have that, how are you going to trade? Yeah, that's a system. Trading is a system, guys. Yeah. So I think I've broken down the market. Let me do some analysis on the DXY too. DXY. Now the DXY has come back to an order block. Wow, okay. I had the live at around 4 and the DXY was somewhere around there. So I didn't expect it to come back here. So this coming back means it can come back. It has already pushed, right? Meaning the dollar may gain some strength to retrace this whole move. So that means the dollar gaining strength. And what does that mean? Selling GBPUSD, right? That means we're going to sell GBPUSD. But I wouldn't advise you to do that in as we approach the Asian session. Yeah. But the DXY is also already giving us has bounced off an order block. We have a W pattern forming in that engulfing. It's pulling us maybe to bounce back and shoot up. That can be a right way to trade, right? Can be very right. So we're going to watch that. I believe this order block is going to hold volume. It's going to hold volume because it's a 4-hour order block. It's a 4-hour order block, as you can see. So I believe it's going to hold some volume to push this market back to around this area before the actual another sell happens. Yeah, it's very possible. Now, guys, I want you to ask your questions. I want you to ask your questions. I want you to ask your questions now. I have a party after here, though. My sister's birthday. There's a small party that I'm going to. That's why I wanted to start this live. You will forgive me. It was supposed to start at 10, but decided to call it now. I wanted to just break down a few things. Now, guys, you always have the permission to call me, whether it's what time. I always explain to you a concept you don't understand. Not me, I can't wake up and call you. At times, I get so many DMs, I won't reply immediately, but at the end of the day, I'll always take time to reply whatever question you have for me. Yeah. So, some people say, oh, man, we can't reach you, but I'm always here. You can tag me, I'll come and reply. Because at least I pin this group, I always take time to see what's happening in it. Yeah. Most people don't share their setups, but at the end of the day, everyone is trading separate accounts. At the end of the day, you lock yourself in the room and find out what you've done. You know your truth. And be like, Emma told us to do this. You don't even do that. Most times after this call has ended, no one has, some people say, learned something new. The next day, the trading is the same. That's what keeps us constant in losses. If you always learn, you identify your mistake and be like, okay, I'm going to work against this. Once you've worked upon that, you identify the next mistake. Once I make a loss in Forex, I don't sleep on it. I go back and find out where I made a mistake maybe during the analysis. So that with time, my body or my mind grows onto that, and I know that okay, the market is moving this way. Yeah, that's how it is. Some people are just listening. Some are in bed, of course, just listening to what I'm saying. At the end of the day, the analysis, you may think, okay, I've learned, I've seen how he has analyzed, but that is helping me because it's me analyzing the market right now. And I'm seeing new moves that I wouldn't have seen, right? Look at the DXY. The DXY has been following structure for those who have been following it. Last time, you guys, I shared a setup of the DXY, of how it looked like. But look at this. This is simple structure, right? Here it forms a divergency for the sell. Starts selling. It breaks that. retests that and continues. So right now, this same move can play out properly. Oh, sorry. This same move can play out the same way it has done there. It can play out that same way. It can come and if you come and see this, identify that low. It can come and make this same move here like that. That's break and retest of structure. But some point identify, they'll see it after the market has gone. Yeah, after the market has gone. This market is still pushing lower. That's why I was telling you guys, G is still in an uptrend. Why am I saying it's still pushing lower? Because I remember a few weeks ago I analyzed I want G to come back to this down area for it to be able for the dollar to start bumping highly. Yeah. So for waivers, this can be a wave one, and the wave two comes in. Then a wave three will be higher than that. It. Then a wave four has a retracement like that. Yeah. So guys, ask your questions, please. To call this the night. I know our hero came for psychological tips, but today I just wanted to share the chat a little bit. Yeah. So trading takes time. I know the narrative on Instagram is, come I show you I made $1,000 in 5 minutes. That's not true. It takes time. You can't tell me you're going to learn something that can change your entire life. Like, I mean, that can set you up for life in about 1 month and you become too good at it. That's very impossible. You have to give in your time. Just like a doctor, right? Doctors take 5 years. Forex can be shorter than that. 1 year. 1 year. There are people who do it in 1 year and make mad money from it. Not even 1 year. A few months, 6. Some people come in lucky and one trade sets them for life. So this market has money, right? But you have to put in the work. Like I haven't slept. Yesterday I had session. Yesterday I had sessions from around 7 to 10 p.m. Then after that, I was at night. There is one of the people in this life, but he's not in the group. He's from he's from he's from Asia, right? From Asia, so I had to have a session with him too. And I haven't really had enough rest, but I put in the work because when I'm analyzing the market, I'm analyzing and I see new moves. This is what moves it. But if you keep watching someone's analysis, it's not going to help you. That's why I tell you guys share the chat. Someone else you can. That's how you gain confidence in your trade. Yeah. So guys, ask your questions. If there are no questions, we're going to end this live. Yeah. Ask the questions. Sarah, do you have anything to share? Or anyone else? Let me ask Priscilla. Priscilla, do you have any question? Okay, any issue you face or anything? Can unmute yourself. Does anyone have anything to ask? Does anyone have anything to ask? All right, so I think that's it for today. I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you for being here. I've always been a chat box to answer anyone's questions. There were a few, mostly power off them, but then stop us from sharing. Yeah, so thank you guys for being here. Let me end this call right now.